Hello everyone. Today we are going to read the first chapter of class 11th English, The Portrait of a Lady, written by Khushwant. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had been once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. Student, in this passage or in this lesson, the writer Khushwant Singh is describing his own grandmother, and he's saying that his grandmother was like everybody's grandmother. So it means she was an old lady, old woman, and she was having wrinkles on her face also. Writer had been living with her for 20 years. It means we can say writer was well known with her. Students, people used to tell that his grandmother was very beautiful and young, and she had a husband also, but this was very hard to believe for the writer. It means writer wants to tell that he could not believe on this statement given by the people. The statement is that his grandmother had a husband, and she was young and beautiful. So it was very hard to believe for the writer. The grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. Students, now the writer is describing his grandfather. His grandfather has already died, and only at present the writer is having a picture, a portrait of his grandfather. The portrait of the grandfather is hanging above the mantelpiece in his drawing room, and as the writer can see in the picture, he can see that the grandfather was wearing a big turban and on his head, and he was wearing loose fitting clothes. He was having a long white beard, and the beard was too much long, so much too much long, that was covering the most of the part of the chest. The grandfather in that picture was looking hundreds 100 years old, and he was not looking such a person who had or who would have a wife or children. He wasn't looking like a person. Okay, he was looking as he would have lots and lots of grandchildren. And as the writer is saying about his grandmother, that according to the people, as they say that she was young, she was our young and beautiful. So that thought was very disturbing and very confusing for the writer. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child, that seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophet she used to tell us. Now the writer is saying that as the writer was a child, and since his childhood he had been living with her, so many times grandmother used to tell the about those games which she used to play herself when she was a child. And so it they were very old for the writer, so it was very boring. And but writer, as a child, he kept on sitting with her, and he kept on listening to those all games, like the stories of the prophet. So in this passage, the writer has discussed about his grandmother and his grandfather. Okay, grandmother, he has told that she is like an everybody's grandmother. It means she was old and she was having wrinkles on her faces. And grandfather, के about उसने बताया that he was died, and the writer was at present having only his picture. According to that picture, he was looking very old, and he was looking that he would have lots and lots of grandchildren. He wasn't looking like a person who would have a wife or a or children. So according next passage, she had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her, old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She Students, now in this passage, the writer is describing the physical condition of the grandmother. He is saying that grandmother was short in height, she was fat, and somewhere slightly bent also. Her face was filled with wrinkles, and wrinkles were running everywhere to everywhere on her face. And writer is saying precisely that he was sure that his grandmother could not become old more than this, because जो grandmother थी that वो she was already terribly old, और ऐसा राइटर का मानना था कि शी कुड नॉट बिकम मोर older than this, because from last 20 years he had been living with her, and he had never seen any change in her. It means she was same 20 years before as she is now. Okay, she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance a stoop, and the other telling the beads of a rosary. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountain, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. So, students, writer is saying that she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. The writer is saying that she, with her outer personality or outer charm, she was never pretty, but internally, if we observe the internal quality of the grandmother, she was always a beautiful lady. So kahin na kahin somewhere the writer has differentiated pretty and beautiful. Pretty, it means outer beautifulness, and beautiful, it means internal beautifulness. So writer is saying that his grandmother could never have been pretty. ओके जो है बाहर से कभी इतनी सुंदर नहीं रही होगी जितना कि वो इंटरनली, लेकिन वो इंटरनली बहुत सुंदर थी. ठीक है. शी होबल्ड अबाउट द हाउस इन स्पॉटलेस वाइट विद वन हैंड रेस्टिंग ऑन अ वेस्ट टू बैलेंस अ स्टोन. इट मीन्स समवेयर शी वॉज बेंट, वो जो है झुकी हुई थी. बेंट अभी हमने स्टार्टिंग में पढ़ा था, शी वॉज बेंट, स्लाइटली बेंट, तो वो झुकी हुई थी बिकॉज शी वॉज शॉर्ट इन हाइट एंड शी वॉज समवेयर टू मच फैटी. सो वो स्टूप, अपने इस बैंड को, अपने उस झुकाव को, स्टूप को बैलेंस करने के लिए एक हाथ को, वन हैंड को अपने स्टूप को सपोर्ट करने के लिए यूज़ करती थी, और अदर हैंड को वो जो रोजरी, जो माला के बीड्स थे, दाने, उनको जो है वो ऐसे रोल अप एंड डाउन करती रहती थी, और एक बहुत ही इनऑडिबल वॉइस में वो प्रेयर करती रहती थी. उसके जो लिप्स थे वो कॉन्स्टेंटली इन द प्रे ऑफ गॉड वो मूवमेंट करते रहते थे, और वो इस तरह से बिल्कुल कंप्लीटली वो वाइट थी. इवन बाय हर आउटर जो अपेरेंस थी, सो वो अपनी घर के अंदर ही इधर से उधर होबल्ड, इट मीन्स आती जाती रहती थी. एंड नाउ एट लास्ट इन दिस पैसेज द पोएट हैज कंपेयर्ड द ग्रैंड मदर with the winter landscape in the mountains. You can imagine how beautiful the landscape is in the mountains in winter seasons. So the whole mountain range is covered with pure white, and even there can be peace, or peace can be found there, and great satisfaction can also be found there. So we can even see it ourselves. So writer has compared the grandmother was also like that, बिल्कुल completely always she was silent, and she was also always वो पीसफुल रहती थी, इनऑडिबल वॉइस में वो प्रे करती रहती थी, कभी किसी से वो ज़्यादा बातें नहीं करती थी. My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city, and we were constantly together. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. Now the writer is saying that his grandmother and they both were good friends, and he is saying that his parents by birth, as I have already told you in the previous passages, that by birth, since his childhood, the writer had been living with grandmother. So here writer is saying the same thing, that his parents left him with the grandmother because they had to shift in the city. They had to shift in the city, so they left the writer with the grandmother. So as a long जैसे कि लंबे समय से they both were living together, so they both became close friend. Writer is saying that the daily routine, writer is saying the grandmother used to wake him up in the morning. Daily morning में वही उसको जगाया करती थी, and she used to make him ready for school, and while bathing him, when she used to bath him, she used to sing the morning prayer. She used to sing a morning prayer in a very monotonous, it means harsh voice, and she used to, after even bathing him, she used to dress him up in the hope. She used to dress him up, और she kept on singing the prayer. ठीक है, उसको जगाना, उसको फिर स्कूल नहलाना, स्कूल के लिए रेडी करना, ड्रेस पहनाना, एंड ड्यूरिंग दिस all activities she kept on singing that morning prayer in the harsh noise, because she used to think that if she would keep on singing this prayer, surely the writer would learn this by heart. So इस होप में वो इस प्रेयर को continuously गाया करती थी. I listened because I loved her voice but never bothered to learn it. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a teeny earthen ink pot and a red pen, tie them all in a bundle and handle it to me. So writer is saying that after making me ready completely, हाँ तो वो means she kept on singing that prayer. So I listened that because I liked the voice of the writer listened that heartily because he did not want to learn that, but he listened that prayer heartily because he loved the voice of his grandmother. वो उसको लर्न नहीं करना चाहता था, लेकिन फिर भी वो उसको होल हार्टेडली लिसन करता था, because he loved the voice of the grandmother. Okay, so after even making the writer ready for school, his grandmother provided him the wooden slate and the earthen ink pot and yellow chalk and a red pen, and she tied these all things together in a bundle and gave that to the writer. ओके, ये सभी चीज़ें वो ऑलरेडी रेडी रखती थी और उनको जो है सभी को बंडल बनाकर राइटर को हैंड ओवर कर दिया करती थी. आफ्टर अ ब्रेकफास्ट ऑफ थिक stall chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it, we went to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से आफ्टर गेटिंग रेडी फॉर द स्कूल दे बोथ टुक ब्रेकफास्ट टुगेदर. और ब्रेकफास्ट भी कैसा होता था? थिक स्टेल चपाती, मोटी बासी रोटी, एंड इवन with a little butter, and she used to spread sugar over on that chapati. Okay, so in this way they both took breakfast, and after finishing breakfast they both went to school together. When they went to school or they used to go to school, the grandmother used to carry several stall chapati with her for the village dogs. In the way, when they used to go to school, though in the way they used to meet or they used to find several village dogs. So for them, she used to carry some stall chapati along with her. My grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer, while the children sat in the rows on either side of the veranda singing the alphabet or the prayer in the chorus. My grandmother sit inside reading the scriptures. That is saying that after reaching school, his grandmother always means after they both always went together to school, and reason is why they both went to school together. The reason is because school was attached to the temple. They both were attached, and the priest used to teach the alphabet and morning prayer to the students, and after teaching or after learning, the children used to sit in the row on the either side of the veranda, and they kept on reciting those prayers and alphabet in a chorus. ठीक है, दोनों ही इस एक साथ स्कूल जाया करते थे क्योंकि टेम्पल एंड स्कूल दे बोथ वर अटैच्ड. फर्स्टली priest used to teach the alphabet and morning prayer to the students, and after listening these things, children used to sit in the row on the either side of the veranda, और फिर जो है वो कोरस में ग्रुप में इन सभी चीज़ों को गाया करते थे और लर्न क्या करते थे बाय हार्ट. while grandmother sat inside the reading सेट इन साइड रीडिंग द स्क्रिप्चर. जबकि जो ग्रैंड मदर थी वो इस अंदर टेम्पल के अंदर बैठ जाया करती थी और जो होली बुक्स थी उनको पढ़ा करती थी. When we had both finished, we would walk back together. This time the village dogs would meet us at the temple door. They followed us to our home, growling and fighting with each other for the chapatis we threw to them. So writer is saying here that after when we finished our school, our lessons, we both came out of the temple door and we walked back together. So this time when we were returning, this time several village dogs came after us, and they followed us to our home, and they kept on growling and they kept on fighting with each other. आपस में वो लड़ते रहते थे dogs, and they even kept on barking, भौंकते रहते थे, because why they used to bark, they used to bark for having the chapatis, और वो chapatis which we used to throw them. हम उन चपातीस को उनको थ्रो क्या करते थे, जो कि हम मॉर्निंग में ग्रैंड मदर लेकर जाती थी, उन्हीं चपातीस को वो थ्रो क्या करती थी. सो फॉर रिसीविंग द पीसेस ऑफ चपाती, दे दोज ओल्ड डॉग्स यूज्ड टू बार्क एट ईच अदर एंड दे यूज्ड टू इवन फाइट विद ईच अदर, एंड दे followed us to our home from the temple. When my parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for us. That was a turning point in our friendship. Although we shared the same room, my grandmother no longer came to school with me. I used to go to an English school in a motor bus. There were no dogs in the street, and she took to feeding a sparrow in the courtyard of our city house. Writer is saying that from last 20 years our life was going on in a very peaceful and comfortable way, but when his parents were comfortably settled in the city, and they called them back to the city, so that was the turning point in the friendship of grandmother and grandson. That was the turning point in the friendship of grandmother and the writer, we can say. Although they both, when they came to the city, they both were sharing the same room, but the grandmother was no longer came to the school with him. राइटर के साथ अब जो ग्रैंड मदर थी, शी वॉज स्टिल शेयरिंग द सेम रूम. They both were living together in the same room in the city also, but now she did not go to school with the writer, because writer started to go to an English medium school by motor bus, And the second thing, in the street of the city there were no dogs. So for passing the time, the grandmother started to feed the sparrows in the courtyard of her city house. ठीक है, फॉर पासिंग द टाइम ग्रैंड ने जो उनके घर के अंदर जो कोर्टयार्ड था वहाँ पर स्पैरोज को फीड करना, उनको जो है दाना डालना स्टार्ट कर दिया. इन दिस वे शी वॉज समवेयर पासिंग हर टाइम इन द सिटी. As the years rolled by, we saw less of each other. For some time, she continued to wake me up and get me ready for school. When I came back, she would ask me what the teacher had taught me. I tell her English word and little things of Western science and learning, the law of gravity, Archimedes principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. So writer is saying that after being settled or being shifted in the city, the time was being passed very fastly, and as the time was passing, they both, grandmother and the writer, they both started to see and started to meet with each other very less. उनका मिलना आपस में बहुत कम हो गया था. ठीक है. इन द बिगनिंग शी कंटिन्यू टू वेक मी अप. स्टार्टिंग में जैसे वो सिटी के अंदर शिफ्ट हुए थे तो स्टार्टिंग में ग्रैंड मदर कंटिन्यूड टू वेक हिम अप. राइटर को जगाना उसने लगातार कंटिन्यूड रखा और स्कूल के लिए रेडी रखना भी कंटिन्यूड रखा. ठीक है. लेकिन जब राइटर स्कूल से वापस आया करता था तो ग्रैंड मदर यूज्ड टू आस्क व्हाट द टीचर हैड टॉट हिम. When the writer used to come from school, so the grandmother used to ask what the teacher had taught him. So the writer simply told the grandmother some English words and the little things of Western science, and he also told her the law of gravity and Archimedes principle, and some more things which he had been or he was taught by the teachers in the school. So these all things were completely unknown to grandmother because she was an illiterate lady, and she belonged to a village countryside, and she never listened such a type of things in her life. So these all things made her unhappy. ये सभी चीजें ग्रैंडमदर को अनहैप्पी कर दिया करती थी. She could not help me with my lessons. She did not believe in the things they taught at the English school, and was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. One day I announced that we were being given music lessons. She was very disturbed. To her, music had lived association. It was the monopoly of harlots and beggars, and not meant for gentlefolk. She said nothing, but her silence meant disapproval. She rarely talked to me after that. So writer is saying that as we can see, after being settled in the city, somewhere the separation between them was being created slowly, and that separation was becoming continuously deeper and deeper. So as we have seen that these all things which which were taught to writer in the English school, so these all things were unknown to the grandmother, and these all things made her unhappy. So and it was the reality, as I have told you, that she was an illiterate lady. She belonged to the countryside. She did not know nothing about these types of things. So she could not help the writer in his lessons, and she did not believe on these things which were taught in the school, in the English school, and she became very unhappy after knowing that there is no teaching about God and holy books. इट मीन्स वो चाहती थी कि गॉड और होली बुक्स के बारे में इन स्कूलों के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं बताया जाता है, तो ये चीज़ें उसको बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रेस करती थी, और जो चीज़ वहाँ पर पढ़ाई जाती थी उसके बारे में वो कुछ भी नहीं जानती थी. इसलिए कहीं ना कहीं जो सेपरेशन था उनका वो डीपर होता जा रहा था और वो बहुत ज़्यादा अनहैप्पी हो रही थी. नाउ वन डे व्हेन राइटर केम बैक टू हिज होम, he announced that now they were going, even the music lessons were being started in his schools. So grandmother, after listening that, grandmother became more disturbed because she used to think that music was not for the जेंटल फॉक. इट मीन्स ऐसा माना जाता था कि म्यूजिक जो था वो मीन्स उस टाइम एक बहुत ही लो लेवल का कंसिडर किया जाता था, और वो जो जनरल पीपल थे उनके लिए वो नहीं माना जाता था. ठीक है, जो हर्लोट्स, जो बैगर्स होते थे, जो भिखारी हुआ करते थे, ठीक है, जो प्रोस्टिट्यूट्स हुआ करती थी, उनके लिए म्यूजिक को यूज़ किया जाता था, ऐसा ग्रैंड मदर का मानना था. लेकिन रियलिटी ऐसा नहीं थी. सो शी सेड नथिंग बट हर साइलेंस मींट डिसअप्रूवल. इसलिए आफ्टर लिसनिंग द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ द राइटर, as he told her that the music lessons were even being started in his school, so somewhere she did not say nothing. लेकिन उसका जो साइलेंस था उसका मतलब डिसअप्रूवल था. she rarely talked to him after that. और मुश्किल से उसके बाद ग्रैंड मदर राइटर के साथ मीन्स बात की, राइटर के साथ वो ज़्यादा बातचीत नहीं करती थी. When I went up to the university, I was given a room of my own. The common link of friendship was snapped. My grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. For sunrise to sunset, she sat by her wheel, spinning and reciting prayers. Writer is saying that after completing the school, now it was the time to go to the university. So I went to university and I found a room of my own choice over there. But as I went to university, so I can, as he went to the university, right, we can say the link of the friendship between them was completely broken. So in the absence of the grandchild, or we can say in the absence of the writer, his grandmother used to even, or kept on sitting, kept on moving the spinning wheel. ठीक है, वो व्हील को, चरखे को चलाती रहती थी. एंड फ्रॉम सनराइज टू सनसेट she was busy in spinning that wheel, and every time, every second, and she was reciting the prayers. ठीक है, राइटर यूनिवर्सिटी जा चुका था. नाउ शी वॉज ऑल अलोन. देयर वॉज nobody to sit with her and to talk with her, and so she used to pass her time in this way. She kept on spinning the wheel from sunrise to sunset, and she hardly left her spinning wheel. Only in the afternoon she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrow. केवल जो आफ्टरनून में ही वो थोड़ा रिलैक्स लिया करती थी स्पैरोज को इवन फीड करने के लिए. सनराइज से सनसेट तक वो इस व्हील को स्पिनिंग करती रहती थी, केवल आफ्टरनून में ही, ओनली फॉर सम टाइम वो थोड़ा रिलैक्स लिया करती थी, और उस टाइम वो स्पैरो को जो कि कोर्ट यार्ड में वो फीड करती थी, उनको फीड किया करती थी. While she sat in the veranda breaking the bread into little bits, hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of chirpings. Some came and perched on her legs, other on her shoulders. Some even sat on her head. She smiled but never shooed them away. It used to be the happiest half hour of the day for her. और इवन जैसे वो उन स्पैरोज को फीड किया करती थी. सो शी यूज टू break the chapati into the little bits. So hundreds of little birds even collected in the courtyard of the house, and they created a even great noise of chirping. And some of the birds came forward and sat on her legs, and other sat on her shoulder, and some even sat on her head. She smiled. The grandmother smiled, but she never fly them away. उनको कभी भी वो उड़ाया नहीं करती थी. कुछ उसके शोल्डर पर बैठ जाते थे बर्ड्स, कुछ लेग पर, तो कुछ उसके हेड पर बैठ जाते थे, लेकिन वो कभी भी उनको उड़ाया नहीं करती थी. एंड दैट वॉज द हैप्पीएस्ट हाफ एन आवर ऑफ द डे फॉर हर. ये डे का सबसे हैप्पीएस्ट हाफ आवर उसके लिए हुआ करता था, जब वो अपनी मीन्स फुल हैप्पीनेस वो रिसीव किया करती. तो इस तरह से ग्रैंड मदर अपने टाइम को पास किया करती थी इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ हर ग्रैंड चाइल्ड एज ही वेंट टू द यूनिवर्सिटी. When I decided to go abroad for further studies, I was sure my grandmother would be upset. I would be away for 5 years, and at her age, one could never tell. But my grandmother could. She wasn't even sentimental. She came to leave me at the railway station but did not talk or show any emotion. Her lips moved in prayer. Her mind was lost in prayer. Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. Silently, she kissed my forehead, and when I left, I cherished the moist imprints as perhaps the last sign of the physical contact between us. Here, writer is saying after completing the college life, when he decided to go to abroad for further study, so somewhere the writer was sure that after listening this information, his grandmother would be upset, would feel bad after listening that now the writer was going to leave her behind and he was going to abroad for further study. So surely his grandmother would feel upset, and he was going abroad for 5 years, and grandmother had reached uh, the age, or so she had grown so old that in this age nobody can give her any kind of problem, any kind of even uh, bad thing or bad news. But after listening this information, grandmother did not feel bad, and even she came to railway station to leave the writer, and when she was at the station with the writer, she did not talk at all, and she did not show any kind of impression on her face. Still her lips were moving in an inaudible prayer, and her mind was completely lost in prayer. Because of this prayer, constant prayer, she was not giving talking and showing any impression, and her fingers were still busy in rolling the beads of her rosary. And silently, when I was even near to depart from the railway station, from the place, she kissed my forehead. She kissed his forehead, and when writer is saying he left the station, he felt that moist imprints, जैसे कि ग्रैंड मदर ने उसको किस किया उसके फोरहेड पर, उसके माथे पर। तो राइटर बता रहा है कि जैसे वो उस स्टेशन को लीव करके ट्रेन से जा रहा था, तो वो जो मॉइस्ट इम्प्रिंट उसके फोरहेड पर ग्रैंड मदर ने किया, तो वो उसको फील करता है। एंड ही ऑल्सो फेल्ट दैट वॉज द लास्ट साइन ऑफ फिजिकल कॉन्टैक्ट बिटवीन दैम, कि शायद इसके बाद मेरा मिलना ना हो, because after 5 years writer will come back, and he was thinking whether he would be able to see the grandmother again or not. So he was considering this case of grandmother the last sign of physical contact between them. But that wasn't so. After 5 years, I came back home and was met by her at the station. She did not look a day older. She still had no time for words, and while she clasped me in her arms, I could hear her reciting her prayers. Even on the first day of my arrival, her happiest moments were with her sparrows, whom she fed longer with the frivolous rebukes. So writer is saying that after completing my education after 5 years, he again came back. After completing his education after 5 years, he again came back to the city, and he again met with his grandmother at the station. When after 5 years he again met with his grandmother, he was surprised because still the grandmother wasn't looking a day older. अभी grandmother में कोई change नहीं था, grandmother अभी ऐसे ही बिल्कुल same similar दिखाई दे रही थी, but still she did not have no time for words. अब भी उसके पास बात करने के लिए कोई समय नहीं था. She after watching the writer in front of her eyes, she hugged him in her arms, and when the writer was in the arms of his grandmother, he could still hear grandmother reciting her prayers. And even राइटर के आने से पहले जो फर्स्ट डे था, तब तक भी ग्रैंड मदर को जो हैप्पीएस्ट मोमेंट्स था वो अपनी स्पैरोज के साथ ही था। वो हाफ एन आवर जो कि वो आफ्टरनून टाइम में बिताया करती थी स्पैरोज को। फिर क्या करती थी, उनको जो है बहुत ही स्लाइट रिव्यूज, उनको जो है डांटती रहती थी, है ना, छोटी छोटी जो है उनके साथ उनको डांटते हुए और उनको वो जो पीसीस ऑफ फूड प्रोवाइड करती थी। तो राइटर के आने से पहले तक का भी जो हैप्पीएस्ट मोमेंट था ग्रैंड मदर का वो उन स्पैरोज के साथ ही था। In the evening, a change came over her. She did not pray. She collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum, and started to sing. For several hours, she thumped the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum and sang of the homecoming of warriors. Now, same day, when writer came back to home, same day in the evening time, a different different or surprise change came into the grandmother. She did not pray that day. She collected or called the women of the neighborhood, and she got an old drum, and together with all women of the neighborhood she started to sing. And she kept on singing the songs for several hours. She kept on beating the skin of the dilapidated drum. Dilapidated, it means damaged. वो damaged drum उसको मिला. So she kept on beating that drum for several hours, और बिल्कुल वो कई घंटे तक इस तरह के songs गाती रही, जैसे कि जो warriors, जो वॉर के फाइटर्स जब घर वापस लौटते हैं तो इन द प्रेज ऑफ दैम जो सॉन्ग्स गाए जाते हैं, तो बिल्कुल इन द सेम मैनर द ग्रैंड मदर अलॉन्ग विद द लेडीज ऑफ द नेबरहुड वॉज सिंगिंग. We had to persuade her to stop, to avoid overstraining. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray. Writer is saying that the whole family tried a lot to make her understand that stop such kind of practice and stop taking pressure on her mind. And this was the first time, as the writer knew when the grandmother did not pray. पहला टाइम ऐसा था जब ग्रैंड मदर ने प्रे नहीं की. अदरवाइज होल डे शी कैप्ट ऑन रोलिंग द बीड्स ऑफ द रोजरी एंड शी कैप्ट ऑन even reciting the prayers of the God in an inaudible sound, and she was busy in the prayer. So it was the first time when the writer saw her himself to leave the prayer. The next morning she was taken ill. It was a mild fever, and the doctor told us that it would go, but my grandmother thought differently. She told us that her end was near. She said that since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life she had omitted to prayer, she wasn't going to waste any more time talking to us. Now next day grandmother got ill, and there was a mild fever, थोड़ा हल्का फीवर उसको था. They called the doctor, and after observing the doctor, after even checking the physical condition of grandmother, the doctor told them that it was a mild fever, and easily that would be subsided. वो ठीक हो जाएगा. But the grandmother was thinking differently. She was saying that her end had come near. She was thinking different. She was saying that her end was had come near, and she said that since only a few hours, means a few hours before, जो उसकी लाइफ का जो लास्ट चैप्टर था वो बंद हो गया था, और उसने जो है वो टाइम वो था जब उसने अपनी प्रेयर को ओमिट कर दिया था. क्योंकि वो ओमिट क्यों किया था, छोड़ क्यों दिया था उसने प्रेयर को, क्योंकि शी वॉज कम्प्लीटली इंडल्ज्ड इन द सिंगिंग ऑफ द with the women of the neighborhood. और ग्रैंड मदर ने कहा कि वो अब किसी भी टाइम को हमारे मीन्स फैमिली के साथ बात करने में वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहती. ठीक है, उसने अभी जो पहले टाइम वेस्ट किया, ठीक है, प्रेयर का, तो वो चाह रही थी कि अब वो किसी के साथ भी बात नहीं करना चाहती और अपना टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहती. We protested, but she ignored our protest. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling her beads. Even before we could suspect, her lips stopped moving and rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. A peaceful pallor spread on her face, and we knew that she was dead. Right is saying that when even in the ill condition, she was still reciting the prayer of the God. She was still even moving down the beads of the rosary. So the all family members tried to stop her, but she did not stop. She ignored their protest and she kept on lying peacefully in the bed. वो बेड पर ही लेटी रही एंड सी kept on praying and she kept on rolling down the beads of the rosary. बट इससे पहले कि फैमिली मेम्बर्स सस्पेक्ट कर पाते, उसके जो लिप्स थे दे स्टॉप्ड मूविंग, और जो उसकी रोजी थी दैट फेल फ्रॉम हर लाइफलेस फिंगर. उसकी लाइफलेस फिंगर से वो जो माला थी, रोजरी थी, वो गिर चुकी थी. एंड अ पीसफुल पालर, एक पेलनेस हैड स्प्रेड ऑन हर फेस, एंड इट मीन्स we all got to know that it means she was dead. We lifted her off the bed and as is customary laid her on the ground and covered with her with a red shroud. After a few hours of mourning, we left her alone to make arrangement for her funeral. In the evening, we went to her room with a crude stretcher to take her to be cremated. Writer is saying that we firstly, as she was died, firstly we lifted her on the bed. ठीक है, जैसे as it is a custom, so as per the custom we led her on the ground. हमने उसको बेड से नीचे उतारा और ग्राउंड पर लेटा दिया. एंड वी कवर्ड मीन्स द राइटर फैमिली दे कवर्ड हर विद अ रेड श्राउड. ठीक है, एक लाल जो है जो श्राउड होता है, जो कफन होता है, तो उसने उसको कवर्ड कर दिया. ठीक है, एंड फॉर सेवरल आवर्स ऑल फैमिली मेम्बर्स wept on the death of grandmother. And but after several hours for the further arrangement they all left her alone. सारा जो अरेंजमेंट करना था तो उन्होंने उसको अलोन छोड़ दिया. एंड इन द इवनिंग टाइम व्हेन दे केम बैक टू द रूम विद अ क्रूड स्ट्रेचर, जो फनरल पेयर वो लेकर आए, ठीक है, जिसके साथ जिस पर उसको ले जाना था क्रीमेशन घाट, शमशान घाट, तो जो स्ट्रेचर वो लेकर आते हैं फैमिली मेम्बर्स. इन द इवनिंग टाइम the sun was setting and had lit her room and the veranda with a blaze of golden light. To that time it was the evening time, so sun was setting somewhere. और जो sun के set होते वक्त जो एक जो golden light वो spread out करता है, तो that light was coming in the room of the grandmother and that was completely spreading in the veranda also. ठीक है, complete veranda was covered with that golden light and orange light, and the room was also being lighted from that. We stopped halfway in the courtyard, all over the veranda and in her room, right over to where she lay dead and stiff wrapped in the red shroud. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. So writer is saying when they came back with the stretcher with the funeral pyre, and they found this surprise light, this miraculous light was covering all over the veranda, and that was entering also in the room. And they stopped in the halfway of the veranda, and they found one more miracle all over the veranda and in the room wherever the grandmother was lying on the ground. All over the veranda and room was covered with thousands of sparrows. ठीक, thousands of sparrows were sitting in veranda and in the room of grandmother. There was no chirping. और अब की बार कोई भी chirping वो नहीं कर रहे थे. जो sparrows वो आ रही थी, so they were not chirping that time. कोई भी जो है chirping वो नहीं कर रहे थे. We felt sorry for the birds and mother fetched some bread for them. हमने सोचा कि शायद the birds are waiting for the grandmother and they were thinking that the grandmother would come and bring them and even give them the pieces of bread. So इसलिए we were feeling sorry, क्योंकि grandmother तो अब नहीं रही थी, तो इसलिए जो mother थी वो अंदर जाती है किचन में और वो bread लेकर आती है उनके लिए. She broke it into little crumbs, little pieces में उनको break करती है, the way the grandmother used to, जैसे कि grandmother उनको 20 pieces में break किया करती थी. And threw it to them, और उनको डाल देती है. birds को. The sparrow took no notice of the bread. When we carried my grandmother's corpse off, they flew away quietly. Next morning, the sweeper swept the bread crumbs into the dustbin. So हमने जो है उन सभी को वो पीसीस ऑफ ब्रेड डाल दिए, लेकिन स्पैरोज डिड नॉट टेक एनी इंटरेस्ट इन टेकिंग द ब्रेड्स ऑन दैट डे. एंड when we took out the grandmother's dead body to the cremation ghat, we saw that all of the sparrows flew away very quietly, very silently. And next morning the sweeper came to the house, and he swept those pieces of bread and threw them into the dustbin. It means we can see that all the birds even liked the grandmother so much, they loved the grandmother so much that they understood this thing, the grandmother had no more, she was died. And even they were also expressing their sadness on that day. We can see that the birds or animals have also the sense of humor. We can see this thing in this chapter. So it's a very good chapter and very easy one also. I hope you will read this thoroughly, and I hope you will try to understand this. Thank you.